The big international story coming in is the United States has launched a military strike on Syrian government targets in retaliation for their chemical weapon attack on civilians earlier in the week. Now, US warships launched 50 Tomahawk cruise missiles.
Tonight I ordered a targeted military strike on the airfield in Syria from where the chemical attack was launched. It is in this vital national security interest of the United States to prevent and deter the spread and use of deadly chemical weapons. There can be no dispute that Syria used banned chemical weapons, violated its obligations under the Chemical Weapons Convention, and ignored the urging of the UN Security Council.
The strikes are the first direct military action the US has taken against the leadership of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad in the country's 6-year civil war and represent a substantial escalation of the US's military campaign in the region.
Assad choked out the lives of helpless men, women, and children. It was a slow and brutal death for so many. Even beautiful babies were cruelly murdered in this very barbaric attack. No child of God should ever suffer such horror.
All right, let's now go across to PTI correspondent Mr. Lalit K. Jha, who is joining us this morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Jha, for joining us here on Doordarshan News and speaking with us. Mr. Jha, we just heard the US President Donald Trump speak to the media just a short while back, where he said that, of course, he spoke about ordering the US launching strike on Syrian military airfield and how the Syria has violated its obligation. What more reactions and what more voices are you picking from the US at this point in time that you can share with us?
Yeah, very shortly, there was a briefing by Secretary of State Rex Tillerson where he gave a broad timeline of the strike. But he also said that Russia held Russia responsible for helping and assisting the Assad regime of Syria in these chemical attacks. He said, and then he also went on to say that the U.S. views on Syria has not changed. Domestically, the initial reactions are that there is kind of a broad bipartisan support to President Trump's decision to carry on these missile strike against the Syrian regime.
Also, Lalit, so far the attention of the global community, especially in the Syrian region, was on the terrorist group Islamic State. Now that US for the first time has attacked Syria, what possible implications do you see, especially Russia being a close ally of the Syrian government?
If you go through what the President Trump has said, he still insists, he has indicated that his focus on ISIS and terrorism will continue to be there. As far as Russia is concerned, Tillerson is headed to Russia very soon. There will be talks on these issues, but naturally there are differences on Syria between the U.S. and Russia, very sharp differences between them. And let's see how the Russians react to these missile strike by the Americans.
All right, Mr. Lalit Jha, thank you very much for joining us with those inputs.